in the grand tapestry of royal history. Love stories often follow a predictable script. Prince meets princess. They marry, and the kingdom rejoices. But what happens when a princess dares to write her own story, choosing love over lineage and a commoner over a crown? Today, we delve into the captivating tales of princesses who shattered centuries-old traditions, proving that the heart wants what it wants, regardless of a royal rulebook. These are the stories of noble hearts who chose love, even when it meant giving up everything. Our first story takes us to the land of the rising sun, Japan. Princess Mako, the eldest granddaughter of Emperor Akihito, was a picture of grace and duty. Raised within the ancient and revered walls of the imperial palace, her life was mapped out from birth. She attended prestigious schools, engaged in public duties, and was expected to marry a man from the aristocracy. But fate, and a university classroom, had other plans. It was at the International Christian University in Tokyo that she met Kaikomoro, a bright and ambitious young man from a regular, non-aristocratic family. Their connection was instant and deep. They bonded over shared interests, a love for the arts, and a similar sense of humor. For 5 years, they nurtured their love in secret, away from the prying eyes of the media and the strictures of the imperial household. They were just Mako and Kai, two young people in love. But the reality of their situation was far more complex. Japanese imperial law is unyielding. A female member of the royal family who marries a commoner must renounce her title, her status, and her place in the imperial line. She must, in essence, become a commoner herself. When their engagement was announced in 2017, Japan and the world were captivated. It was a modern-day fairy tale, but one with a heavy price. The public reaction was mixed. Many romanticized their love, celebrating Mako's courage to follow her heart. Others, however, were less forgiving. A financial dispute involving Komoro's mother surfaced, fueling a relentless media frenzy and public scrutiny. The couple, who had hoped for a joyous celebration, were suddenly thrust into a storm of controversy. The immense pressure led them to postpone their wedding, not once, but multiple times over 4 years. During this time, Kai moved to New York to study law, and the couple endured a long-distance relationship under a global microscope. Their resolve was tested daily. Mako faced immense pressure from the imperial household and a public that felt a sense of ownership over her life. Yet, through it all, their commitment to each other never wavered. Mako later revealed she had developed post-traumatic stress disorder from the intense media coverage. Finally, in October 2021, they married. There was no grand state wedding, no elaborate ceremony. It was a quiet, simple registration at a local government office. True to the law, Mako gave up her royal title, becoming Mako Komoro. She also turned down a $1 million payment traditionally given to female royals upon leaving the family. She wanted no financial ties, just a clean break to start a new life. Shortly after, the couple moved to New York City, leaving behind the palace, the titles, and the endless scrutiny. Today, they live a quiet life, building their future together. Not as a princess and a commoner, but us. Mako's story is a powerful testament to love, resilience, and the courage it takes to choose your own destiny. From Japan, we travel to Europe, to the picturesque nation of Sweden, and the story of Crown Princess Victoria. As the heir apparent to the Swedish throne, Victoria's choice of partner was not just a personal matter, but one of national significance. The future queen was expected to marry someone of royal or noble blood to preserve the purity of the lineage. But Victoria's heart had a different plan. In the early 2000s, while battling an eating disorder and the pressures of her royal role, she was advised to take up a healthier lifestyle. Her doctor recommended a personal trainer, and she began working out at a high-end gym in Stockholm. That trainer was a man named Daniel Wessling. Daniel came from a small, ordinary town in central Sweden. He wasn't a prince or a duke. He was a gym owner, a regular guy with a passion for fitness and a kind demeanor. Their professional relationship soon blossomed into a deep and private romance. For years, they kept their love under wraps. The Swedish press eventually caught on, and the reaction was, to put it mildly, skeptical. Daniel was the personal trainer from the countryside. Critics questioned if he was a suitable consort for a future queen. He lacked the aristocratic polish, the blue blood pedigree. Could this commoner truly stand beside a monarch on the world stage? The pressure was immense, not just on the couple, but on the king himself. Carl XVI's Gustav. He was reportedly hesitant to give his blessing. For Victoria and Daniel, it was a long and arduous journey. Daniel underwent a remarkable transformation, not to change who he was, but to prepare for the role he was about to step into. He took lessons in history, political science, and languages. He refined his public speaking skills and learned the intricate dance of royal protocol. He did it all not for a title, but for the woman he loved. After nearly 8 years of dating, the palace finally announced their engagement in 2009. The public, having witnessed Daniel's dedication and the couple's unwavering love, had a change of heart. Skepticism turned into affection. They saw a man who wasn't trying to become a prince, but was trying to be the best possible partner for his future queen. Their wedding in June 2010 was a magnificent national celebration, one of the biggest royal events in decades. As they exchanged vows, Daniel Wessling, the gym owner, became Prince Daniel, Duke of Vik, Sturg, Tland. In his wedding speech, he spoke beautifully of their love, of how Victoria stayed up all night writing letters to him when he was away, and how her love had changed his life. Today, Prince Daniel is one of the most respected and beloved members of the Swedish royal family. He and Crown Princess Victoria are a formidable team, raising their 2 children, Princess Estelle and Princess Gar, and serving their country with grace and dedication. Their story proves that true nobility isn't about bloodline, but about character, love, and a willingness to grow together. Finally, let's turn to the United Kingdom, where the royal family has seen its fair share of tradition-shattering romances. While the story of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is well known, another royal wedding decades earlier also pushed the boundaries of convention. This is the story of Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II. Princess Anne, known for her no-nonsense attitude and formidable equestrian skills, has always carved her own path. In 1992, after her first marriage to Captain Mark Phillips ended, she found love again in an unexpected place. Her new partner was Timothy Lawrence, a respected naval officer who had served as an Aquaria personal attendant to the Queen. While he held a distinguished military career, he was, in the eyes of the monarchy, a commoner. At the time, the Church of England, the official state church, did not permit remarriage after divorce if the former spouse was still living. This presented a significant obstacle for a senior royal like Princess Anne. It seemed that tradition and religious doctrine would stand in the way of her happiness, but Anne was never one to be easily deterred. Refusing to accept this limitation, the couple looked for an alternative. They found it north of the border, in Scotland. The Church of Scotland, being Presbyterian, has a different set of rules and does not object to the remarriage of divorced persons. So, in a quiet and private ceremony in December 1992, at a small church near Balmoral Castle, Princess Anne married Commander Timothy Lawrence. The wedding was a stark contrast to the grand pageantry of her first. Only about 30 guests were in attendance, a small circle of close family and friends. It was a simple, personal affair, reflecting the couple's desire for privacy and their pragmatic approach to overcoming a royal roadblock. Timothy Lawrence did not receive a peerage or a royal title upon marriage. He is known as Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence, his title reflecting his own military achievements, not his marital status. For over 3 decades, they have built a strong, quiet partnership, largely away from the glare of the media spotlight. Sir Tim has been a constant, supportive presence by Princess Anne's side as she carries out her duties as one of the hardest working members of the royal family. Their story is less a dramatic fairy tale and more a tale of mature, practical love. It's a story about finding a creative solution to an age-old problem, demonstrating that even within the most rigid of institutions, there is room for personal happiness and a modern approach to life and love. From Mako Komodo's sacrifice for a new life to crown princes, Victoria's elevation of her commoner love to Princess Anne's pragmatic bending of the rules, these stories show us that the hardest path is not always paved with royal protocol. They remind us that love, in its purest form, recognizes no titles, no status, and no barriers. It's a universal force that can, and does, rewrite the rules. Thank you for joining us on this journey through these noble hearts. If you were inspired by these stories of love conquering all, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you do miss our next exploration into the fascinating world of royalty. Until next time.